What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here for a little update to the Dungeons and Dragons pack situation, the 90 MU box that I opened on the channel last Monday that turned out not to be 90 MU. So I said at the time I wanted to do my due diligence and at least attempt to contact the seller, attempt to contact Mercari, and see if anything could be done, let the seller know, see how they responded. Well, I am pretty much unsuccessful on all fronts. Now, I am still not sure that the seller actually knew what they sold me was a fake box. I have no way of proving that. I'll never know. So this could be 100%, just, they could be 100% innocent in this in regards to they very well could have unknowingly sold me this box without knowing the contents inside. I very easily could have sold this same box. I thought about selling this box at some point in time in the past, and I didn't. And if I would have sold that box, then someone could have turned around and accused me of the exact same thing, that I repackaged this box. So, obviously I did not do that. I opened it, but it could have just as easily gotten passed around multiple times like I almost did. So I am going to reveal the seller's name. Once again, I don't know that they necessarily did anything wrong. They could be completely innocent on this. Mercari was basically of no help. I didn't think they were going to be. Their return policy / dispute policy is 72 hours. I've been 13 months. I was hoping they would. I wasn't necessarily expecting a refund or anything, but just, I don't know, more sincere communication from them, other than basically they're just full stopping saying, oh, policy and procedure, bye, was pretty much how my conversations with them went. I talked to a general customer service person via email. I talked to their Twitter support, and I also talked to an escalation manager, and they all basically said the exact same thing, which is kind of what I expected, unfortunately. Like, once again, I wasn't necessarily expecting a refund or anything like that. It was just more, hey, I'd like to put this seller on your attention. Has anything else potentially happened here? Whatever. The other thing that I did was one thought, which I think I mentioned this on the follow-up video that I did. I did 100% confirm this was the box that I bought on Mercari. I had 2 boxes of 90 MU. One I had bought locally 3 years ago now, almost. And then this one that I purchased, 2 years ago. And then this one that I purchased last year. The one that I purchased from the local seller, the bottom right corner, this section down here, had a big white ding in it, like the corner got hit. I went back and looked at the original box opening that I did on that, and that box had a big white ding on it. The box that I opened on the channel was clean. No corners were pressed in. That's how I confirmed that the box that I opened last Monday was actually the Mercari box. Now, something I did not notice that a viewer of my channel pointed out was when they watched it back, they did not like this. And when I say this, I will zoom in here. Let me find the correct right here. They did not like this tear right here, which I did not, full disclosure, I did not notice at all the entire time that I owned this box. And once again, at one point in time, I had both these boxes in hand at the same time, the real and the fake one, and I did not notice anything substantially different about them. In fact, I now remember having both boxes in my hand and deciding to open up the one that I bought locally because the box was more beat up. The corners were dented in. You could tell it had been stacked on top of other boxes. It was like pressed in a little bit. It had just more general wear and tear to it, whereas this one looked a lot more cleaner, except for this little cut right here. Not cut, but tear. And how that tear happens, anyone that's ever opened these boxes before, is when you go to lift the box open, if you're not careful, they tear there all the time. And I did go back just to quadruple confirm. This is the one that I opened. This is a screenshot from the live stream last Monday. And you could see right here, that same tear that is right here. And this was also an additional step of verification I took to confirm that this was indeed the one that I purchased off Mercari. So that was at least one or two viewers of that live stream red flag that this box was opened prior to me ever getting it. I never noticed that. I could tell you right now, it's something I will be on the lookout for anytime I look at sealed wax going forward. I do not typically buy a ton of sealed wax. The only sealed wax I've ever really purchased is Marvel stuff. And I've never had any issue because most of the stuff that I have bought Marvel-wise has been, for lack of a better term, junk wax. 91 MU boxes, 92 MU boxes. The original 1990 MU box that I bought were all $100 to $150 boxes at the time that I purchased them. My Jim Lee X-Men boxes were $100 or less at the time of purchase. Those obviously aren't worth scamming for. This, at the time that I purchased it, was a $1,200 box. If I close this, you'll see right here. Purchased for $1,200, posted to 2. I bought it shortly thereafter. $11 delivery fee, etc., etc. $1,000 box cards, whole different story. Now, at the time that I purchased this was actually near the peak. I think these boxes peaked at $1,600. They were, all around this price in the early part of 2021. So it is conceivable that the seller could have purchased the box off of someone else and flipped it. It was 100% something that could have happened. And like I said, I almost did the exact same thing. So the seller that I purchased this from is TC Collectibles. This is them right there. You can see 194 5-star reviews, profile verified, 166 listed, 163 sales. Currently no active listings, though they have just recently sold some stuff. All positive reviews for the most part. Once again, I was blocked shortly after buying this. The only reason I realized I was blocked is because I went back to the same seller to potentially purchase a second box. To me, that is the one damning thing, but once again, I don't know. I tried to track this person down. There is no direct match for this person on Instagram. I went down a Twitter rabbit hole but never got responses back. It is what it is. And once again, I'm not throwing any hate towards this person or anything like that. Just if you are purchasing from this individual, or really, actually, I'm going to make it more broad-based than that. If you are purchasing any sealed wax on Mercari, I would 1000% just recommend not purchasing on Mercari. That was my biggest mistake here. But B, opening it immediately. Because if I would have opened it immediately within the 72 hours of delivery, and I had this issue, I would have been covered. I did pursue, I think I mentioned this in last week's video. The other problem that was, since it was so long ago, I had purchased this through PayPal, linked to my credit card. So I went on, paid with PayPal, but had it pay out of my credit card, which I do quite often to get points. Neither one of those could help me because how long ago that it was. I was out of PayPal's buyer protection by a wide margin, and my credit card protection, I believe, was only 1 year, and I was outside of that also. So bad luck on my part waiting till the 13th month to open this instead of a little bit sooner. Even if I was outside Mercari's, I may have had a chance for this. Now, don't go on some wild goose chase witch hunt for this guy. Trust me, I've done it. Or girl, I really don't know. There are lots of other IG handles out there that are very similar to this. I can rest assured they are not the same person. I've done a lot of digging on this. So that's why I took a week to do this. And I think, once again, kind of another thing that looks a little damning is the fact that this person has kind of siloed off this account in a way that it's not easy to track back anything to it. So, once again, I have no idea whether they intentionally sold me a bad box or not. I made every effort to attempt to contact them, though I had very limited means to which to do it. Mercari was extremely unhelpful, which I kind of expected. A big company is going to stand behind the shield of their policies and procedures, which, I get. They have very clearly well-defined things that you have to hop through. I was just hoping for a little bit of leeway here, given the unique nature of sealed product. But it is what it is. I got to eat the loss. I eat the loss. You move on to the next one. It is nothing you can do about it. Sometimes this stuff just kind of happens. So that's where I am with that. I am calling this case closed. Lessons learned here. Generally, just don't purchase stuff on Mercari. That's my first lesson. I will never use this platform again, ever. And if anyone ever asks me my opinion on it, I will tell them I highly recommend also not using the platform. And I understand that, in fact, there's viewers of the channel that had left some comments that said they have had no issue using Mercari or that they are sellers on Mercari. Sorry, I will never support that selling platform again for this situation. The way that the review system works makes it extremely difficult in cases like this to even red flag a bad seller. And once again, I don't know that this seller is actually bad. I truly don't. You know, part of me can look at the evidence and say, this definitely looks a little sketchy, but another part of me realizes that this could easily happen. These sealed boxes change hands a lot. And it's kind of like who gets left holding the bag on these. And then everyone just wants to go back and blame the last person that sold it, when in all reality, that person could have got it from someone else, could have got it from someone else, and could have gotten it from someone else. Same with like a fake card situation. Just because the person selling the fake card gets caught selling it doesn't necessarily mean they were the ones that created the fake card or even knew that it was fake. They potentially could have bought it thinking it was a real, legit item. Same thing with this person. So my general take here is just be careful on Mercari. And then my other big takeaway is, I talked about it earlier with this tear on the box. I could guarantee you I will be looking at this stuff much, much closer when I look at other sealed wax to purchase. So, in fact, if I do, I'm still potentially thinking about picking up another box of 90MU. I really am. Just because now I'm jonesing to rip it. But I don't know if I will or not. But I can tell you right now, that is something that I will be looking for very closely. I would almost preferred a beat up box. You know what I mean? This box almost looks too clean, except for that one, little cut right there, or tear, I guess, not cut so much. So, and once again, I missed that completely. I don't know that I would have ever thought anything of it. A couple viewers of the channel actually pointed it out. I think someone did it in the live stream, and someone also mentioned it in the comments as well. So that's where we are with this. Case closing this one and moving on. There's nothing I could do about it. I tried my best. I tried my best to contact the seller. It is what it is. I wasn't really expecting financial resolution on this. That's not why I set out on this. It was more, I just wanted to make sure that I did due diligence to confirm as much as I possibly could before making any sort of follow-up video. So that's where we are with this. Once again, I have no idea if the seller knowingly did this or not. I could definitely go either way on that. So just travel safely if you are sailing the waters of Mercari when you're making purchases regarding pretty much anything. So like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.